Let's go. We are live. That was me typing. When you type, it goes tapa. This is not Life is Strange. You are correct. What this is Fallout, but isn't it the strangest life ever when you find yourself in the middle of a nuclear apocalypse? I'm not going to explain the rules of American football to you because I have more respect for you than that. As a result of this stream, I am missing the first ever NHL hockey game played by the new expansion team, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And I would rather... There's no place else I'd rather be than here. Well, I mean, I'd rather maybe be playing like Life is Strange, but on stream nonetheless. Crash ETA in 5 seconds? No. Don't make fun of the way that I say Vegas. How do you say Vegas? Are you cured of the booger throat? Not really. Literally, I exited illness just to be, like, surrounded by pollen for whatever reason. And also, our cats are shedding and, like, really stuffing me up. But I'm, like, physically, I'm healthy, but occasionally I do get a little booger throat. Maybe it's your almonds acting up. Ooh, but something, they're activated. Oh, did I say pollen wrong? See, in Canada, we say pollen. In America, you say pollen. I am indeed still wearing the pajamas. Check it out. Blast off. It's party time. And where the F are you? Can somebody, like, let me know when Rob stops playing Madden? It's approaching absurdity. The dude's in, like, his 8th season of simming Madden, and he's in the Super Bowl. Before the Super Bowl, he took, like, 8 minutes to explain the rules of American football. Please, Lord, save me. You played Divinity for 1,000,000 hours? Dude, that game is exceptional.
What's up?
I'm studying for my driving theory test. Why are there so many road signs? I'll be real with you. You actually only need to know probably like less than 12 road signs. Stop's a big one. Any of them that prevent you from taking a turn, like no right turn, no left turn, etc., etc. Yield is a big one. Merge is a big one. No entry, one way. Apart from that, you don't need anything else. You're pretty much good. I'm gonna be honest. I am illiterate when it comes to reading no parking signs, because every city does their own no parking signs in a different way. So you kind of park, and then you look at the sign and go, ah, that's good enough. Yeah, speed limit signs are important as well. You're not wrong. But I know, like, you need to know it for the driving test. But I'm just telling you, like, in real life, if you're driving and you see a sign and it's got, like, you know, 6 different arrows that merge into one, and it's a yellow diamond instead of a red octagon, you're like, don't worry about it. Just drive sensibly.
The other door hasn't worked since before.
Computer's busted. Not even Joseph can make it work, and he took 4th grade typing class.
Maybe he's back there by the door.
No, you can't say that word.
You sure about that?
I'm gonna use murder pass. On second thought, you know, if a 9-year-old doesn't want to go back there, then I should be scared.
Okay, if you say so.
So I was like, we could find Joseph, but I disrespect the game's design choice here to make it a sprawling cave-like area, and then also have the dude be like, I don't know where Joseph is, what do I look like, his mother? So, you know what, screw you, little lamplight. Instead, we will just go to murder pass. NL. When did you learn to type? My keyboard class wasn't until 6th grade. I had a typing class in 4th grade. I typed at like 25 or 30 words per minute. And then my teacher was like, just so you know, like, I want you guys on your test results to write if you looked at the keys. And like, if you're honest, I'll only take like 5 words per minute off. So I looked at the keys at that time. And I wrote that I looked at the keys. So she took 5 words per minute off. Joke's on her. I type at like 110 words per minute now, and she's, I mean, I don't want to be rude, but she's probably dead. She was pretty old at the time, but same thing. This is a real anecdote, okay? I went to like an accelerated program for little babies in 7th and 8th grade. So then when we went to high school, they're like, we can't put these nerds in shop class, which is normally a required class in freshman year in my province, at least when I went to school. So instead, will make like a computer technology course that they can take, so these, you know, soft little dad bod 14-year-olds don't have to actually get their hands dirty. All we did in that class was type and like learn how to use Google and play Flash games on the internet. I got a 70. I typed at like 80 or 90 words per minute. But I got a 70 because the teacher was like, oh, he doesn't use the home row. He has his own unique method of typing that I never learned about in like 1960s, you know, computer class in my university where they had one ENIAC machine in the whole fucking campus. I got a 70, ruined my GPA because I didn't use the home row. Could out-type anybody in that class. The professor especially. The pajamas do mess with the Pip-Boy. Excuse me, Did that dude just throw a bunch of baseballs at me? What the heck is a home row? It's like where you're supposed to... If you learn touch typing, it's the default position for where you're supposed to keep your fingers. Wait, so how do you type? I honestly don't have a good answer for you. I've just been typing a lot. Oh, it's a pitching machine. I see. I've been typing a lot, so I just have my own method that I've gotten pretty good at, and I use that. Everyone, you can't insult my typing skills. Beat me in typing race, and then we'll talk about it. You actually cannot, like, stream-splain me. Have you seen me do typing race? I have a perfect record, except for that one time I forgot to hit the enter key at the end. I'm a business analyst, and I still look at the keys. Heck yeah, dude. Keep rocking those Gantt charts. Keep on rocking those Gantt charts. Keep on rocking those Gantt charts. Baby, baby, baby. Keep on rocking. Where do your fingers rest? Wherever they need to rest, dude. What are you, a cop or something? That's the project manager's job? What does the business analyst do? Collect user stories? I'm almost certainly gonna die. I'm also in a weird area with glitched out architecture. It's making me pretty unhappy. Just take me out, team. I have a 100-word essay due. It's alright. 100-word essay? Let me trip over myself. You're like a little baby. I have to write essays at least 5 times that length. The 100-word essay thing only got me one time, which I probably should not brag about. But it's because in 4th grade, I wrote a 50-word, and I wouldn't even call it an essay at that point, but a 50-word, like, contest entry to try to win a private screening of Air Bud 2 World Pup at the movie theater. So I've always been like, 100 words, come on. You gotta wake up pretty early in the morning to trick me on that one. And by always, I mean always after that first time that I totally got. New subscriptions, because I know some of you are watching right now and you're going, I've got the perfect joke that NL needs. Oh, it crashed when that happened. Fantastic. I've got the perfect joke that NL needs to know right now, but I can't say it because it's sub-only chat. Well, you know, search your heart. I know, like, I dodged so well that the game decided it couldn't even calculate what to do after that. Don't trust that. There's like a 5% chance that he reads your message. I read the right messages to know which messages get the most mileage. So by reading the message from the guy who says he doesn't read messages, now people are going to be like, hey, that doesn't seem true. He reads messages. It's the perfect crime. What do you prefer more, a submarine sandwich or a pita? Oh, I mean, you could... Super Mutant Master! You can make a good case for both of them, I think. I do like a pita. I don't eat enough, pita for my own standards. In college, I was eating pita all the time. I went to college in the worldwide headquarters of a franchise called the Pita Pit. Super Sledge! You are correct as well. Master of Mutants, he's pulling the strings. Have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube? I have indeed solved 2x2 and 3x3 Rubik's Cubes. When we went to Japan in like April, we took a lot of train trips, and that's how I distracted myself on the train, was by solving these Rubik's Cubes, learning the algorithms for how to solve them. But I think I've probably lost a lot of that skill now. I've never referred to myself as a cuber, because the first time I saw the Rubik's Cube, I was old enough to know that that's a weird thing to say. Yo, I know you're like 2x2 skill. You still need to learn the methodology to solve a 2x2 cube, otherwise you're just floundering in there. I'm not gonna let you be dismissive, you know, there's a reason those exist. Well, that is a surprise. 2x2 is not intuitive. Maybe if you start with the 3x3 and then go down to the 2x2, it's intuitive, but... Being a cuber is the new don't have sex with someone if they don't have books at home. Dude, that quote always irritates me, because it's always, like, I see it's from John Waters. I respect John Waters. You know, he's made better films than I have. But he has that quote that's like, you know, if you go home with someone and they don't have books, don't fuck them. Why? Because you're a snob? Just seems like unreasonably petty. You're like, oh, sorry, I'm not gonna sleep with you. You don't have enough books. I would be like, get out of my house then, you weird person. And the people who share it on Facebook, at least in my social circle, are the, like, most faux, like, pseudo-intellectual, like, you know, work smart, not hard morons that I know. No offense, man, of course. Thank you, Lord Kaiser. Also, who the hell doesn't have a Kindle in today's day and age? Sorry, you don't have enough books for me. Oh, I have a Kindle, a subscription to Audible, and like unlimited books on my Kindle. No, only paper books. John Waters, you didn't tell me about this contingency plan here. What do I do? John Waters, tell me. All right, I know a lot of people are going, I don't own a Kindle. That's fine. If you read, I would recommend a Kindle. You're going, I don't like my book running out of batteries. What, do you live on the freaking moon? Plug it in once every 6 weeks. Kindle's got like 28 years of battery life on it. You can like paper books. I'm not saying you can't like paper books. Sure, let me plug it into the bus window. This is how I know you've never used a Kindle. The battery life is actually like a month. You literally plug it in while you sleep on September 1st. You're still reading that thing on the bus with like 30% battery life on Halloween. What about audiobooks? I'm very pro audiobooks. You really like Amazon, huh? Dude, the Kindle is a great I feel like I was born... No, I'm not reading this. This is too much, Bethesda. I was born at the right time to appreciate the Kindle. Not that, like, if you're younger than me, you can't, but, like... Maybe that's true. I remember being like, I can't find my book. I really want to read this book, but I can't find... Oh, no, wait, there it is. In my Kindle, it's under D for Dianetics. That is true. You could theoretically lose all your books if you lost your e-reader. But why are you losing your e-reader? Like, just don't do that. Also, I don't want to... This might seem a little classist. But let's say you own 100 books on Kindle. The Kindle itself is like $150. That's like 6 books. If you lose your Kindle, you could buy another Kindle and your whole book collection is still there. But if real books give you joy and you like that tactile, like, physicality to it, then I understand that. But I also live in a city where, you know, like, my apartment is 600 square feet, so I don't want to fill up the whole place with, you know, etc., etc. Ebooks are more expensive than paperback? Maybe? I don't know. I got, like, digital versions of my textbooks, and they were probably like 20 bucks a textbook cheaper digitally. But you can't sell it back to the campus bookstore for pennies on the dollar, so what do I know? When you see Rob next time, can you try his vape? I want to see his reaction. I'm not going to put my mouth on somebody else's vape. That just seems like, you know, I'm asking to catch something. But then, like, beyond that, I'm not going to besmirch Robert's character for vaping. He is trying to quit smoking or at least cut back. If there's, like, any legitimate reason to vape, that seems like the best one to do it. So, you know, more power to him. I'm proud of him for taking the step, to be honest with you. Has he made his bed? You don't have to make your bed. Northernlion's hair. Okay, that was particularly generous. I will shout it out, but I am warning you. I am warning you. It's the last one. Making your bed is worse for your bed's cleanliness than not making your bed. Look, you can't min-max your whole life. If you take one lesson home from watching me stream, there's always gonna be more stuff you can do. If you're always worried about, you know, oh, is this the optimum thing to do in this situation? You're never gonna be happy because you're just gonna... There's always gonna be something else you can do. Oh, instead of sleeping 7 hours a night, you could sleep 6 and spend an extra hour, you know, working on your cardio or something like that. Making your bed is the least important thing to min-max. You don't need a good excuse not to make your bed. Here's a good excuse for not making your bed. F you. I don't know about you guys, but like, I also sleep with literally just a duvet, so there's nothing to make. It's just one sheet. But I will say, I think making your bed is like one of the least productive chores. If you've got other people coming over and they're gonna like see your room, it's a nice gesture to make your bed. Well, thank God for the super sludge. Super sledge. Folding laundry is less productive? No, you should fold your laundry. You guys have been watching Austin too much. You could hang all your clothes, that's fine as well, but you've got to do some kind of like post-dryer processing. Otherwise, your junk's gonna get mad wrinkly, dude. You fold laundry so that it looks presentable later. What's the benefit of folding clothes? They don't wrinkle. If you want to hang them, you can hang them as well. That'll be fine. Yo, the Divinity series is so good, but how long is the game supposed to be? I think approximately 1.1 million years long, so prepare yourself. I'm having a great time, by the way, in Divinity. Don't take me saying that it's long as, like, besmirching the character of that game. We've got like 7 episodes in backlog or something like that. And yesterday, Mathis was like, hey, do you want to do like another 7 today? And I was like, maybe. That game's real fun. And I think Mathis is one of those YouTube boys. He like he doesn't have a commitment necessarily to end the series, and I get it. You know, we're calling the kettle black, but he's like, you know, we'll probably just play like as much of it as we want, and then we'll stop. And I'm like, you can just do that? Don't you get people yelling at you for like 3 years afterwards that, you know, you didn't do the super secret bonus ending? So I'm like, I want to finish it. It takes as long as it takes as far as I'm concerned, as long as people like it. I get so many clickbait suggestions on YouTube when you collaborate with Mathis. Look, Mathis is on that grind. I'm not even messing with you. Like, I'm very lucky that I hustle. For real. I work a lot, like long weeks, but I love what I do, so it's not bad. But when I work, my work is essentially just recording, cracking jokes while streaming. It's a pleasure to do it. I'm lucky that I don't have to necessarily, you know, do the clickbait like SEO stuff because I have an audience of people who, for whatever reason, like my unique brand of ineptitude. So I don't begrudge most people for going through the hustle. What I do begrudge is when people like deliberately misrepresent their position on YouTube in order to like milk an audience. Like, for example, imagine if there was a YouTuber who was like, because of the adpocalypse on YouTube, I'm gonna be homeless, and then a month later he was like, just kidding, I bought a new Ferrari. Like, hypothetically, that would be like a really cheesy way to scam your audience in my interpretation. Not that I'm calling out anybody in particular. Yep, you got it, it's Josh. Josh just bought a new Ferrari. And Nick, actually, the whole NLSS crew bought Ferraris. But I also get it. I mean, it's more like, I'm struggling with how to articulate this here. I find it like a pleasure to do this job, and I would feel really bad about myself if I took like the extra human psychology steps to like try to milk it. Like, there's people on Twitch, and I'm not, like, last time I was clearly calling somebody out without calling them out. This time I'm actually not. There are streamers on Twitch who make, like, over $1 million a year and are still, like, soliciting 4-digit and up donations from people. And that's okay. In the end, I really do feel like it's, you know, if you want to support the streamer, that's one way to do it, and I think that you're paying for a service. But I do feel like sometimes, if you're like, hey, I don't need the support that much, but thank you so much for it anyway, if you feel like it's worth it, that's cool. But if you're like, hey, this is really helping, you're like supporting the dream right now. I'm like, you're making $1 million a year. You're kind of making it seem like the donations keep the train running, but that's my perspective there. Yeah, exactly. By the way, your Twitch Prime tokens may have lapsed as well. And again, I don't begrudge them because it's kind of like, it's like having a career as a professional athlete or something like that. You know, you never know if you're going to be in the league for like 20 years or you're going to be in the league for like 2 years. Genuinely, this all comes back to like, I am happy that I don't have to do that because you guys just support me because of the jokes that I make. Although occasionally they are a little off color. Where do we go now? Oh, wahoo, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's like also like being a professional athlete because you have to be at like the height of your physical prime. And actually, if I'm being honest, it might be harder as well. Like, it's like being an NFL football player. Oh, I got 8 concussions. Oh, no. Being a streamer, dude, it's like I gotta wake up at 11 a.m. stream Fallout 3 for 3 hours. But the game's very brown. Sometimes I get lost. I don't have a bum knee from streaming, although trying to become, you know, an adequate middle distance runner after sitting on my butt for like 12 hours a day for 5 years probably didn't help me when it comes to the meniscus issue. Or the meniscus issue, as I made it one word there, or at least tried to. The other thing is, I stand with the streamers. And I'm not going to call you guys out particularly, because that's very much biting the hand that feeds. But other people on the internet, they call out false positives for clickbait all the time. Like, I used to title my videos, like, episode blah, no subtitle, right? I started putting the subtitle, everybody goes, wow, NL, clickbait much. The title is like, Ghost Town, and they go, NL, going full clickbait. Making it hard for people to not clickbait if you say things like that, because even when people aren't clickbaiting, you're going as clickbait. That's the other. Oh, hey, Kirbykins, thank you as well. Thanks for supporting the dream. Did you hear that 2 people got hit by lightning at a half marathon in Copenhagen today? That's pretty sick. Did they say the atmosphere was electric at the Copenhagen Marathon today? Probably a little too soon. No, as soon as I took out the sledge, the guy ran. The Bethesda AI is too strong for me, traveler. Yeah, I might be an idiot. Just knock me out. Give me my stim packs back. My iBot helmet! And also the head that it was inside of it. The helmet didn't fail you, your neck did. Neck never fails me. Occasionally flabbergasts me. Never disappoints me, though. So can I get a summary of what you're doing in Fallout right now? I'm trying to get this, like, the Gek is like a simulation of humanity. I gotta pick that up for some reason. And it's inside this vault, but this vault is infested with super mutants. For reasons. Right. Oh ho ho, little baby scared? It's a terraforming device you need to purify the water. Cool. Makes it rain a whole bunch. You're becoming Rain Man? If you ask Dan, I'm already there. I will maintain until my dying day that Tumbleseed is a game that got a bad shake. Is it super watchable from a YouTube standpoint? Probably not, and I misjudged that. But I still think that game is wonderful, and I wish that it was better received and not extraordinarily slept on. What about Flinthook? I mostly joke, but like, I think Flinthook is pretty good. I just think it's like a little overrated, and I may have contributed to that. But Tumbleseed is just it's much more elegantly designed. It is dope on Switch. Agreed. Flinthook is like, well, let me phrase it this way. Tumbleseed is like the opposite of Flinthook. Flinthook might be more watchable. Tumbleseed, in my opinion, is substantially better designed. The big problems with Flinthook, from my interpretation, are design related. It was just like a slog at the end of it. The final raid, Literally giving you like 3 raids and, or maybe 4, I can't remember. And then the final raid is just do all of them back to back was too much. Fuck, marry, kill, Isaac, Gungeon, Tumbleseed. You definitely fuck Gungeon. It's pretty and stylish. You marry Isaac because you could play it forever and never get bored. You kill Tumbleseed. I hate to say it, but Dead Cells is a great game. Just because I don't play it anymore doesn't mean it's not great. We just... It has a very common roguelike problem that is, I am assuming, extremely difficult to solve. It's solvable. And not the problem itself, but the game, the metagame is solvable. So you end up in this point where you're like, the only reason that I would make the game harder for myself is for my own enjoyment. If it weren't for that, like, I would just beat it almost every time, which is why Dead Cells has stopped temporarily. It kind of needs a little bit more breathing room, I think, to get some variability. It's not that it's not Isaac. That's a misrepresentation, in my opinion. Sure, why not? Chamber status check. FEV reserves, they're depleted. That's a problem. Like, in Dead Cells, there's just... Oh, hey. 1 radiation. Let's not go crazy. It's just too easy to get the build that causes you to win. I do love Darkest Dungeon. I wish I was better at Darkest Dungeon. I think Darkest Dungeon is like the best roguelite I've never beaten. That's my interpretation. I am intending to check out Cuphead. I am intending to check out Ruiner. Nothing to loot in here? Just taking rads for no reason then. Oh! I've never had a kidney stone. I'm very genuinely sorry to hear that you do have one. But dude, like, take solace in the fact that if you tough this out, that's it. That's like, you know, it's like writing the final exam on the first day of class. You can go through the rest of your life being like, it's never gonna get worse than that. Probably.
Over there. Please, come speak to me. I'm in the room to your left. Oh, use the intercom next to the window.
Sick Canadian tuxedo, buddy. Did you ever go to your urologist? Yes. Might surprise you, but when I had surgery on my testicles, I spoke to a urologist.
Forgive me.
He worked 1 day a week and drove a Mercedes sports car. And I said, dude, I should go to med school. And can you say hi to my sister, Genitals? Oh, hey, Genitals.
Surrounded by the world's history, and yet my world.
You got me.
This tiny room.
Did you get your nut cysts fluid extracted with a syringe? I don't know. I was under general anesthetic, so I was asleep at the time. But the way I understand it, there was an incision was made, and then the cyst was drained, and then they patched up a hole in my, like, abdominal lining that led to the cyst being filled in the first place, and then they sealed me back up. Yeah, more like genital anesthetic. Exactly. Tell us more. Surgery is interesting. I mean, that's pretty much it, dude. The worst part, and this is not as gross as the draining of the nut fluid cyst. It was a little painful recovery the next couple of days, but it wasn't that bad. And then the worst part was like a week later when I had to take the surgical dressing off. It'll rip out like all of the hairs between like 8 inches above my knee and 2 inches below my belly button.